Hi guys, this is Erin. I am back with another review, but before I get into that review, I just want to remind you this is still a romantic book channel, and I am going to do a romance book, a review of one next week. And just to give you a little taste of it, something that is going on in the book that I found really sweet and enduring is that one of the main characters do like these little things that mean a lot. And it reminded me of a relationship I was in a while back. This guy I was dating, he would just remember things and do small things that just made the relationship that much sweeter. For example, he took me to a restaurant, and I had ordered a strawberry margarita, something like that. It was a sweet margarita, and it came with sugar around the rim of it. And just generally, whenever I have a margarita, I like the salt. I love to lick the salt off the glass. And before the waitress had left, he actually stopped her and asked her to bring a glass with salt because he knew the one I ordered had sugar and not the salt. And just things like that just are the sweetest, kindest things. And they make like a huge impact in a relationship, knowing somebody actually listens and pays attention to you. So that is not in the book, but it's just experience I had. But it's just the kind of enduring thing that was occurring in that book that I am going to review for you next week. So this week, we're going to talk about The Case for Reparations by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Now, I've been meaning to read this for a while. I finally picked it up and read it, and it is not a book, it is an article. Let's start with that. It is about a 30-page article. When I printed it out, it was about 60 pages back and forth, something like that. But it came out in like big fonts with pictures, but I'm sure if you whittle it down, it's probably about 30 pages. It only took me about 2.5 hours to read. It's a really good read. And there is another author that has a book called The Case for Black Reparations. His name is Boris Bittker. So I'm interested in that book, but I don't know if that's something I'm going to read next year or the following year, but you will know when that occurs. So for The Case for Reparations, Ta-Nehisi Coates references 250 years of slavery, 90 years of Jim Crow, 60 years of separate but equal, 35 years of racist housing policies, and he goes on to say, until America reckons with these compounding moral debts, this is his words, not mine, America will never be whole. That again, all of that is his statements, not mine. So I enjoyed this article. It talked about a lot of things I had forgotten or maybe I wanted to forget. It also just made it all concise. Now, he didn't talk about everything and he didn't expound on everything because there's a lot of things he could have kept going on and on about. But it is an article and not a book, and that's why I'm thinking this should and could have been a book. It should have been a book because there is so much he just didn't say. He didn't talk about the scientific experiments that went on. He didn't talk about what reparations would look like. There is just so much he really could have put in here that he just didn't. He just made it super concise just to, I don't want to say win his argument because that's not it. That's not what it was about at all. But it was basically to present his case. And it was wonderfully done. So this article, I would give a 5 out of 5. I really believe that it is worth the read. And I will link this article down below. If I can't link it, I will at least reference where I got it from. It is free. And yes, would highly recommend. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for listening. Please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. And until next time, guys, bye for now.